trying to figure out how to do this, and keep watching. So I'll make two videos, one for if you have the 5-pin MIDI connection and you can use a interface, and the first one will be this one where it's you just want to plug a keyboard like this with that USB-A port straight into your laptop and then have it play into the Ableton Live. So I'll go ahead and get Ableton Live open right now. Here we go. And you can see this is going to be a brand new session here. You're going to have automatically 2 MIDI and 2 audios. So right now for what we're doing, I don't care about these audios. We just want to get MIDI set up. So I'll go over and click up here, this side, to get into my arrange mode. And you can see here's the first MIDI track and the second one. So first things first, I want to go into settings, and from here, all right, I'll go to I'm on my audio tab. So driver type, core audio, input device, we can leave that no device for now. I mean, there's nothing plugged in anyway, so it wouldn't show up. Audio output device, so you can do speakers, or if you have headphones, you can do headphones. I use system device, that way it's just going to automatically cross over. If I'm starting with the laptop speakers and I plug in the headphones to it, it's just going to automatically set the output to the headphones. If I didn't do that, then I would have to keep switching this back and forth every time, and it's annoying. All right. And then, yeah, sample rate's all right. Let's go. Link tempo and MIDI, that's kind of your other one. The way we're doing it now, I don't think I even need to select these inputs when I plug in, but we'll come back to that. So first things first, we got to plug this in. So this is the USB-A port, and on my laptop it's the C. So luckily I actually have a cable that'll do that. Obviously you're gonna need this if you don't have it already. So let's go ahead and plug in that end of it and then the other end into my laptop. Like so. You can see now this thing has life. Now it's on. And I can start playing it, and you can see as I'm playing it, see that MIDI one, all channels, it kind of lights up as I'm playing, but you don't hear anything yet. Okay, and so back in my link, I can actually, now that it's plugged in, see this MIDI MPK mini play, which this thing is MPK mini play, but you shouldn't even need to do that. You shouldn't even need to click on it. Usually if I just leave it at none, it's going to automatically recognize it. Another thing, right now, I would immediately go to the plugins tab in your settings in Live and just hit rescan. It's going to take a second and then boom. So if you're just plugging something in for the first time, like if I plug this in for the first time, it might not recognize it until I hit rescan. It's like anytime you download like a third-party plugin, you got to hit rescan for it to actually recognize. So we can go ahead and X out of that. So now, next step. All right, we'll have this MIDI one first. So I got to hit this red record trigger, and now you can see all those orange lights lighting up right next to that red button. If I deselect it, see, I'm hitting the keys, but you can't see anything. So that's step one. You want to have that selected. And then all channels right here. For MIDI, it should usually be 1 for keyboards, 10 for drum machines. And you can even see it here as I'm hitting the notes. Channel 1 is showing up. If this were a drum machine, it was at default. When I'm hitting a note, it would be channel 10. But you can keep it at all channels, because that way it won't cause any errors. There's a lot of you can choose 1 through 16 for channels, and depending on your setup, you would want to actually change that. But for now, we'll keep it at that. So I see these it's getting info, but it's not making any sound. And that's because we don't have anything assigned to it. So that's where this next step comes in. This instruments, we got to go over to the instruments on the side here. And let's see, the first one I want to make a bass. So then I go up here in the sounds, I can select bass, and that'll filter out everything that, you know, that isn't a bass. So then I'll go, let's open an instrument rack. Oh no, let me undo that, sorry. Let's go to analog. Boom. Now I can hear the samples. If I don't have that headphone thing, you won't hear anything. So it might default with that blue, but you have to have that if you're gonna hear. Alright, I'll just do something that I can hear. So I'll double click on it, and then it'll show up down in this part where drag audio effects here. And that should be assigned to 1. So if I click on MIDI channel 2, then it's blank down here. So that's how you know where it went. So you should always have that highlighted and then double click on whatever instrument. So now you can actually hear. I'm playing a note and I'm seeing it here and I'm hearing it coming out of the laptop speakers. Alright, sorry. Now, because it's a bass, I can't play chords. It's a mono bass, meaning it's only going to play one note at a time. So that's fine. So with this, excuse me. Alright, with that red button there lit up, I can start recording. So up here at the top, you have your play, stop, and record. And then wherever this blue line is where it's going to start recording and playing. So we'll just set it right there, and then I'll hit record. Now you see that thing moving along, and then I'll play notes. There we go. So I play it back. Then you can hear it. Hear exactly what I just played. So let's say I got my bass recorded. Now let's say I want to actually play chords. So I can go to my second MIDI channel here. I can clear that filter and say I want chords. So I'll go up here like piano and keys. That's my filter. Now I'll choose something. Okay, let's choose just whatever. So I'll choose this one for now. Again, I'll double click on it. Now you see it shows up down here in that bar, and it's assigned to channel 2. Now before I'd only play 3, I'd play a chord, but I could only hear 1. But now you can obviously hear chords playing. And now because that red is there, you can hear it. Now if let's say I deselect that, or I trigger this one up here. Well, now it's back to the bass. I'm still playing notes, but I'm only hearing the bass. So we can go back here to the second MIDI track, and I can start doing the same thing. I can record, and I'll start playing chords. Alright, and I can play that back, so I can drag this in right there, and I can hit this button up here. That's my loop. So then that'll just loop it back and forth. So I'll hit play or spacebar. I'll just hit spacebar. And you can kind of hear these two tracks, and you can see them. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. You got to make sure, again, your MIDI channels, you can choose 1 through 16. I would just leave it at all channels, and that way it can't mess it up. So, and I can show you too. So right now you can see it coming through channel 1, that data. So if I change it to, say, channel 4, well, now you can't hear anything anymore because it's looking for channel 4 for these keys, but it's actually channel 1, so it's just going to a dead end. So that's why you should keep it at all channels, and now I can hear it again. So that's about it for this one, and I'll go in the next video and show how to connect this to an actual interface. Let's say if I have a 5-pin MIDI connector, and that's a little more to it, but I hope this helps at least.